have a chance. Richarlison. Cuts it back. Oh, what a goal! First up! It's just the 5th minute.
Still Lewandowski. Still Doski. Finds Dembele, and Dembele scores an equaliser. What a pass from Lewandowski. He has been the best player. He has actually got 2 assists. One of Gavi's goal and now Dembele's goal.
And City wins! City won the match. Manchester City won the match.
Hello everybody, this is Brisbane 05 Blast here and welcome back to another video of this channel. In today's match, we're going to be doing a North London derby. Yes, it is Spurs taking on Arsenal, which will be taking place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. So we've already done one North London derby in this season. Of course, the one which was taking place at the Emirates, in which Arsenal won the predicted scoreline 3-1, and they also won in real life, where they dismantled Tottenham thanks to an Ebreche as a hat-trick. Despite Richarlison scoring the only goal for Tottenham, Trossard also scored the one goal before the Eze hat-trick. But in today's match, it is of course going to be taking place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it's going to be a fascinating one. Like I said earlier, it's going to be a very interesting and a very like a peak entertainment one, because whenever you see the North London derby, it always have fights, goals, controversies, and even last minute winners. So it's going to be very crazy and see who will win this match and who will come out on top. So yeah, anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, without further ado, let's just talk about these two teams. So Arsenal have been inconsistent. They've of course have drawn in their last 2 matches, drew to Brentford and of course drawn to Wolverhampton Wanderers, which they should have won on paper. Whereas it's not as worse as Tottenham, of course. Tottenham have lost a lot of matches despite drawing to Man City, which was probably their biggest achievement. Right after that, they've gone back to, inconsistent form. They did lose to Newcastle, which was actually their final straw of actually sacking their manager. And they actually got their interim manager, which was Igor Tudor. And he might actually be somehow having tactics to maybe stop Arsenal, getting closer to their first title in 22 years. But yeah, I mean, sometimes interim managers do tend to do that. And this might be the reason why Tottenham are going to be going with fresh heads, with renewed energy, and yeah, some re-established confidence. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this one, and without further ado, let's get to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to see Tottenham and Arsenal face each other. Alright guys, we're here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to see a North London derby, which is of course between Tottenham and Arsenal. So in the first matchup, Arsenal have actually destroyed Tottenham thanks to a hat-trick from Ebreche Eze and Leandro Trossard goal, despite the consolation goal from Richarlison. It wasn't enough. Arsenal managed to get the job done over Tottenham in the reverse fixture at the Emirates. And in the predicted match, Arsenal did actually manage to actually get a scoreline of 3-1. They were supposed to actually have a scoreline of 3-1, but they wanted to score more than that. Tottenham's scoreline was spot on, but Arsenal's spotline was more than that. But anyway, let's see what Tottenham can do in this stadium. At their own home ground, by the way. What can they do? Alright guys, now going to be taking a look at the starting lineup here for Tottenham. And yeah, I mean, look at their starting lineup. They're going with a 4-2-1-3 formation. So as you can see, they're going with Vicario in goal, with Pedro Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Udogi, Palhinha, Bentancur, James Maddison, Solanke, Heung-min Son, and Kudus. And of course, Thomas Frank as a manager, but right now he's sacked. Igor Tudor is a manager right now. But Arsenal's starting lineup is like this. David Raya in goal. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Kelly, Rice, Zubamendi, Odegaard, Saka, Gyökeres and Trossard. And of course, Mikel Arteta is the manager with Madueke in the substitution side. But let's see who's going to win this match. Will it be Tottenham or Arsenal? So Tottenham will actually be the first one to kick here, because right now at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it is buzzing. Alright. Tottenham are already on the attack. Here's Pedro Porro. He finds Bentancur. Bentancur to Maddison. Maddison to Udogie. Udogie to Solanke. Solanke tried to shoot there, but what a save. Oh my goodness. What a save from Raya, and what a desperation tackle from one of the Arsenal defenders there. Solanke was through to actually score the opening goal, but what a defensive... I would say what a... I'm lost of words here, but yeah, what a determination from one of the Arsenal defenders. And then Raya made a simple save. He was basically under pressure there, but it's not over because Tottenham are still on the attack. Here's Maddison. Maddison tries to shoot, but what a save from Raya. But man, I was lost of words there. I really don't know what to say. Like, how did Tottenham not score from there? But anyway, here's Zubamendi. Zubamendi to Declan Rice. Declan Rice to Bukayo Saka. Saka to Rice. Rice to Zubamendi. Was having ups and downs right now when he started at Arsenal. But still, here's Zubigubi. Zubamendi tried to shoot. But what a save from Vicario. And sorry that I made a slang word of Zubamendi. Many people call them, many Arsenal haters call Zubamendi Zubigubi. But here's Frank as the manager. But yeah, of course, Zubamendi tried to shoot. But right now, Bukayo Saka tried to go for a corner. But Tottenham managed to nullify that one. And now Mohamed Kudus is the one to attack. He finds Bentancur. Bentancur to Heung-min Son. Heung-min Son. Palhinha to Maddison. And of course, Heung-min Son's a player to watch. In real life, he's actually chilling in the MLS, playing for LA Galaxy. But I think the game was probably made before Heung-min Son left to LA Galaxy. Because at that time, they weren't ready to do the send-off. Like, Heung-min Son did actually, do a perfect send-off for his fans at that time, so that's why. But right now, Tottenham are on the attack. Here's Bentancur. Bentancur to Udogie. Tottenham still are on the attack. Can they find the composure? Here's Palhinha. Palhinha to Solanke. Well, what a defensive determination from one of the Arsenal defenders. What a tackle and what a block. But still with Tottenham. Here's Bentancur to Palhinha. Palhinha to Udogie. Udogie to Bentancur. Bentancur to Solanke. But what a interception here from Lewis Kelly. And it's going to be another throw in here for Tottenham. Porro is the one to take it. He finds Bentancur. Bentancur to Maddison. Maddison to Porro. And what a tackle from Lewis Kelly. It's going to be a corner kick here for Tottenham. What can they do? What can Frank think of something? It's Gabriel going to be the one to defend here. Romero tried to go for a cross, but Arsenal managed to nullify that one. Still with Tottenham. Here's Porro. Porro to Solanke. Oh my goodness. Arsenal are all over the Spurs players, man. Now here's Van der Ven. Van der Ven to Palhinha. Still Van der Ven to Bentancur. Still Tottenham with the possession. Kudus to Porro. Porro tried to cross it. He manages to find the talisman Son. Son to Maddison. And what a defense here from Arsenal. Odegaard finds Bukayo Saka. Saka to Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Timber. Timber to Odegaard. Odegaard to Saka. What a tackle here from Udogie or whoever the player is. Right now, here's Saka. Saka finds Gyökeres. Gyökeres shoots. And that's a goal here for Arsenal. Leandro Trossard manages to score this one. It was a horrendous defending here from Tottenham. We got to take a look at the replay. Hopefully, if FC 26 is kind for us. And of course, the fans celebrate because that was the goal they really wanted to score. What a pass here from Saka. What a pass from Gyökeres. Save from Vicario. It actually hit Christian Romero. Christian Romero, I think, tried to clear it. But it hit the feet of Leandro Trossard and he managed to score this one. And he's actually going to be the one to claim the goal because there was no own goal credit from Romero, thank goodness. But a goal is a goal because Leandro Trossard has given an important lead for Arsenal. But what can Tottenham do here? Here's Solanke. Solanke to Madison. Madison to Kudus. Kudus to Solanke. Solanke to Udogi. Timber's trying to lock him. It's Mado. Mado to Palinia, who's actually on loan from Bayern, by the way. Still João Palinia. Palinia to Bentancur. Bentancur to Kudus. Kudus to Porro. Porro to Bentancur. Tottenham are thinking of something here, but what a tackle here from Zubimendi. Nice Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly to Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Trossard, who's already been on the score sheet right now. He manages to find Gyökeres. Still Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Trossard. Trossard. Here's Declan Rice. Rice shoots, but what a terrific save from Vicario. It's a corner kick here for Arsenal, something that they're really good at. Set pieces. What can Saka do? Saka crosses this one, but Tottenham managed to clear this one. It's Son. He finds Madison. Madison to Udogi. Udogi crossed it. But yeah, it's going to be a throw in for Arsenal. 69% for maybe Arsenal to win this game, I would say. Because they're leading right now. Now here's Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Odegaard. Still Odegaard. Martin Odegaard. Odegaard to Saliba. William Saliba to Declan Rice. Rice to Zubimendi. Trossard. Lewis Kelly. Rice. What can Arsenal do to conjure something? Can they go for the second goal? Can they be more direct? Or are they happy for a one-goal lead? And it looks like that's the case here. They're actually happy for a one-goal lead. Now here's Leandro Trossard. Trossard to Lewis Kelly. Still Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly to Trossard. Trossard to Rice. I think it's going to be half-time if Arsenal really wanted to kill some time there. However, last attack here for Arsenal. Hopefully, here's Zubimendi. Zubimendi to Odegaard, and the whistle blows for half-time, with Arsenal having a slim lead over Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And who else but Leandro Trossard to be the only player to score the goal in this half, thanks to a defensive error from Christian Romero. We are going to be taking a look at the highlights though, but yeah, half-time it's Spurs 0, Arsenal 1. Alright, let's take a look at the highlighter. Of course, there were only 3 highlights here in this match. It was that Vicario save. I think Gyökeres had that one, or who was that player? No, it was Zubimendi, sorry. Zubimendi was the player that actually had the ball. He tried to shoot, but what a save from Vicario. We're going to take a look at the replay again. So Vicario made a tremendous save on Zubimendi's shot. And yep. And then, of course, we move up to Leandro Trossard's goal. And it was a wonderful pass here from Bukayo Saka to Gyökeres. And yeah, it was a defensive error here from the number 23, Christian Romero, the World Cup winning defender. Or is it Pedro Porro? Sorry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Pedro Porro. I thought it was Romero for a second. He actually tried to... Yeah, I think that was Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro actually tried to clear it, but it hit Leandro Trossard's feet and somehow scored. It wasn't a defensive error from Romero. He was nowhere to be seen. So yeah. And then we move up to the Vicario save in the 39th minute. Of course, it was a wonderful shot from Declan Rice. What a save here from Vicario. He's trying to keep Spurs in this despite trailing by 1 goal. And that's it. And now we move up to the stats. And as you can see, Arsenal still dominate in terms of possession and... Well, Spurs have dominated possession, but Arsenal have more... They were more direct. They had more clinical performance than Spurs. Arsenal had 5 shots, 3 shots on target. To Spurs, 3 shots, 2 shots on target. And yeah. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. And second half will be coming up shortly, right after the break. Alright, guys, looks like second half will be commenced, as Arsenal will be the one to take it. But he decides to go for a punt as normal AI computer players do. But right now, Spurs are going to be the one to take the possession here. They think that it's game over because they can actually hold on this lead. But Arsenal, you really have to learn your lesson from that 2-2 draw against Wolves. So you should not be cocky in situations like this. Right now, Arsenal have the possession. Odegaard to Gyökeres. Still Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Timber. Timber to Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Odegaard. Odegaard to Timber. Timber to Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Timber. Timber to Odegaard. Odegaard to... He tried to pass it, but Spurs, they managed to nullify it again. But now here's Arsenal. They really need to keep this composure. They have to make sure that they can keep this lead for long. Trossard, he tried to pass, but Porro with the wonderful interception. He finds Mohamed Kudus. Kudus to Solanke. Solanke to Bentancur. Bentancur with a wonderful pass to Maddison, who is through. Maddison to Heung-min Son. He shoots. And Tottenham are right back in this one. Arsenal was supposed to maintain this lead, but it only lasted for maybe 9 or 10 minutes of the second half. Because what a pass from Maddison, and what a finish from the Korean talisman, Heung-min Son. He was literally like butter, slipping past the two breads of Gabriel and Saliba. And with that, Tottenham equalize in just 10 minutes of the second half. But I'm pretty sure it will be another player in the left wing scoring the goal for Tottenham. It won't be Son since he's departed for LA Galaxy. He's already moved to LA in real life, so it will be another left winger scoring. But imagine if Heung-min Son actually tries to score a second goal for Spurs. But what a defensive interception here from Gabriel. And now Arsenal, they're looking for something here. They're looking for some answers. Trossard with it. Trossard to Gyökeres. Still Gyökeres. Odegaard. Odegaard to Timber. But what a interception here from Destiny Udogie. Here's Zubimendi with it. Odegaard. Odegaard to Zubimendi. Zubimendi to Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Odegaard. Then to Timber. Still Timber. Timber crosses it. It hit the hands of Pedro Porro. Or maybe the shoulder of Pedro Porro. And Arsenal are complaining because that could have been a handball there. But it is what it is. It's a corner kick here for Arsenal. Can they try to think of something? Declan Rice or Gyökeres, sorry. He tried to go for a header, but it was a tame effort here. But of course, what a finish here from Heung-min Son. Just too good for David Raya. It's going to be a goal kick here for Tottenham. Right now, Tottenham are thinking of trying to score a goal. But right now, Arsenal, they really do not want to drop points here to Tottenham. Because right now, they're 5 points ahead of Man City, with City having a game in hand. Arsenal have already used their game. So, they really need to win this match. It's going to be a throw in here for Arsenal as it hits Destiny Udogie. Substitution here for Arsenal. Or, sorry, Spurs. And it's Maddison coming off for Kulusevski. I thought it was a substitution for Arsenal, but it is for Spurs. And Timber's going to be the one to take it. He finds Odegaard. Odegaard to Timber. Timber to Saka. Saka to Zubimendi. Zubimendi here. Arsenal on the attack. He tries to shoot, but Vicari makes an easy save from that tame effort there. And now it's Bentancur. Bentancur to Porro. Porro makes a wonderful pass to Kudus. Still Mohamed Kudus. Still Kudus. Kudus to Solanke. Solanke to Kulusevski. And it's offside here for Tottenham. We thought it was going to be a dangerous attack here for Spurs, but it was nullified. Zubimendi will be coming off for Marino, who's right now injured. But we're just going to ignore it and just keep on moving on. But right now, Arsenal really need to think of something here if they really have to win this match. They were in this position at the Emirates where Spurs did draw the game. They were on level pegging terms, and as you can see in the last 15 minutes, Arsenal had more possession and have more chances, but they just couldn't take it. They're just not clinical enough, and Spurs are managing to take advantage of this as Heung-min Son is on the attack. He finds Kulusevski. Kulusevski shoots, and he scores the goal for Tottenham. The substitute for Tottenham has given the important lead in just 15 minutes to go. Frank is so excited because this might have given Tottenham an important lead, and that too to lead for the first time against the Gunners. What a pass from Heung-min Son, and what a finish from the Swede Kulusevski. Frank is so excited because this might have been Spurs' best performance in the second half. Arsenal are really crumbling. What can they do? Here's Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly to Gabriel. Gabriel to Rice. Rice to Marino. Marino to Odegaard. Odegaard to Saliba. Saliba to Gabriel. Then to Declan Rice. Rice to Trossard. Trossard to Marino. Marino to Trossard. Trossard to Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly makes a pass to Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Rice. Rice to Marino. Marino shoots. And it was off target. That could have been a chance for Arsenal to equalise. Spurs will be making a substitution. Bentancur will be coming off for Bergvall. For another Swede. And that is Bergvall. But what a chance for Arsenal to come back only to get squandered by Mikel Merino. But what can they do? Here's Rice with it. Odegaard with a pass to Gyökeres. What an interception here from Porro. He crosses it. Now here's Odegaard. He's under pressure, by the way. Odegaard finds Marino. Marino to Trossard. Still Trossard. Trossard to Rice. Still Rice. Rice to Trossard. Trossard to Odegaard. Arsenal on the attack. And they had another opportunity to equalise. But another chance squandered. And a substitution here for Tottenham. It's Udogie coming off for Spence. What an opportunity for Arsenal. 2 chances and 2 of them squandered. And now Vicario is going to be the one to take it. They are really crumbling here. Right now here's Saliba. Saliba to Declan Rice. Rice to Odegaard. Odegaard to Rice. Rice to Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Marino. Marino to Odegaard. What a tackle here. And now Kulusevski's on the... He has the possession. He finds Solanke. Solanke to Kudus. Back to Solanke. Then to Kudus. Then to Porro. Porro to Kudus. What a tackle here from Saliba. But right now 4 minutes of added time here being given in the stoppage. And somehow Lewis Kelly manages to lock Kudus there. And now Bergvall has it. Bergvall to Heung-min Son. Still Son. Still Heung-min Son. He shoots, but what a save from Raya. He had the chance to actually end the game from there. But what can Arsenal do? Timber. Timber to Saka. And I think it's going to be a Tottenham win. As 90 minutes have been concluded with Tottenham getting the job done over Arsenal. Thanks to a second half brilliance from Heung-min Son and Dejan Kulusevski. Arsenal will be gutted because they led at half time, only for Tottenham to actually have a Fergie time moment thanks to Heung-min Son and Dejan Kulusevski. Is this really Arsenal's crumbling time period? We just don't know. But full time, it's Spurs 2, Arsenal 1. Alright guys, we're gonna advance. We're going to take a look at the performance, of course. First highlights, of course. That's the most important part. We're going to take a look at Heung-min Son's goal. As you can see, it was a wonderful pass here from Maddison and a finish from Heung-min Son. That was literally Iniesta-esque, I would say, from James Maddison. And that's it. And then we move up to Dejan Kulusevski's goal in the 76th minute. And thanks to the goal scorer Heung-min Son, he actually found Dejan Kulusevski. Raya tried to make a save. And Spurs, with that wonderful finish from the Swede, manages to score the winner. And Vicario was applauding for that wonderful finish from Kulusevski. And then Arsenal had 2 chances to equalise. They really had 2 chances. But Marino somehow forgot. He left his shooting boots at home as he scuffed it up. Vicario did try to save it. But luckily for him, Marino's shot was off target. He was fuming after that. And then things got worse for Arsenal as Gyökeres had the chance to equalize. It was a wonderful pass from Rice. A tiki-taka play, by the way. Odegaard, then to Rice, and then Gyökeres. He had the chance to do what Marino tried to do. But of course, he manages to scuff this one and let Arsenal down yet again. And that's it. That's second half already done. And now let's take a look at the match facts. Arsenal still dominate in terms of shots. They do have more possession than Spurs. But yeah, Spurs were more clinical. They had more shots on target than Arsenal. Spurs 6 shots, 5 shots on target to Arsenal's 10 shots, 4 shots on target. But yeah, but the man of the match will be given. Let's go to the performance. So of course, the only best performance here for Arsenal was definitely Martin Odegaard. Raya had a stinky performance. And then we move up to Spurs, where in which Rodrigo Bentancur is actually the man of the match. He actually controlled the midfield. And because of this, Spurs managed to win this one. Thanks to who else? Rodrigo Bentancur, James Maddison, Heung-min Son, and of course Dejan Kulusevski. And that's it. That's the North London derby done. But who will win the actual North London derby on Sunday? Will it be Spurs or Arsenal? But right now, this is the predicted scoreline on Sunday. Spurs winning the game over Arsenal, with Arsenal yet again capitulating a lead. But yeah, that's all for it, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll be back for our next gameplay. Goodbye. Hello guys, we're back, and just as we witnessed, Tottenham managed to do the impossible, and that is beating Arsenal 2-1 thanks to a equalizing goal by Heung-min Son and a match-winning goal by Dejan Kulusevski, despite Trossard scoring the 1 goal beforehand. Thanks to, of course, a Porro disaster class. He tried to clear the ball away, but it hit to the feet of Leandro Trossard, and he managed to score the opening goal. And after that, Arsenal didn't manage to score any type of goals, not even from their striker, and they had chances to come back, but Marino scuffed his shot, forgot his shooting boots, and so did Gyökeres too. So because of that, Tottenham managed to do the impossible and managed to beat Arsenal 2-1, thanks to, of course, Heung-min Son being the goal scorer and the provider. And because of that, Spurs might actually win this match. And come to think of it, this could actually be realistic. Yes, the only reason why they won is because of Heung-min Son. But come to think of it, Arsenal have been inconsistent in their last 2 games. And Spurs, since they sacked their manager, their interim manager tends to pull things out of their hat by actually getting a win or maybe drawing this match. So, I mean, this is what happened to Michael Carrick in the Manchester derby game. They managed to beat Man City, and things might happen in the North London derby with Igor Tudor in helm. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. This is Brisbane 05 Blaster here, signing off.